This video we're going to be talking about positioning. So this is part of the market research for Google Ads, and by the way, this is the fourth video in a Google Ads training course series, and so you can find that in the playlist below this. Also look in the comments or the description below for links to my website if you want to contact me. But in this video we're going to be talking about positioning your business, your service, as well as the sales funnel. And so positioning is the highest leverage activity any business owner can do. It's something that a lot of people want to avoid because, sometimes it requires a restructuring of your service and your business altogether. And if you've been in it for a while, nobody really wants to do that. But if you do want to differentiate yourself from competitors such that you're not even competing with the other competitors in the Google Ads system, then this is what you want to focus on. And you can do incremental gains by improving your keyword targeting as well as your audience targeting and your campaigns in general, your ad copy and your landing page experience. But ultimately, the biggest gains you're going to see is something like this, where you reposition and you'll see something like a 20% plus conversion rate increase from very small changes. And the idea is you find a corner of your market and you focus on a particular service, a pricing model, a unique technology or process, and any other factors that make you unique. And ultimately, you don't want to just come up with this in your head. You want something that comes from the market research that you did before. So it's coming from that market research and is directly told to you from your customers. Maybe not directly, but you can read into what their needs are and focus a pricing model around that need or a particular service around that need. And now you are in a position to be totally different. And I'm going to show you with those three examples that I talked about in the last video, just real quickly if you didn't see it: property management companies, software development firms, and a dance studio. So service vertical niching, this is just a made-up term. I have a practical experience, so I'm not educated in marketing. I just learned it from doing, so I make up words. The easiest way to niche a business is focusing on a particular service. It's the most straightforward. And so for a property management company, you could target property management, or you could focus on short-term management as opposed to a traditional lease. Or even within the short-term management space umbrella, you could do Airbnb/VRBO management, which a lot of people think that's useless, but it's really not. Like, there is management involved in Airbnb and VRBO. And a lot of property investors, they have a lot of properties and don't want to manage all that. Or even a homeowner who just is away during a certain period of time and just doesn't have the means to manage that, or they're old and don't want to do it. Software development firm, so you could target just software development as a whole, or you could narrow that down to blockchain development, or you could narrow that down even further to NFT development, which is a specific form of crypto or blockchain. Dance studio, you can start with a dance studio, or you could do a specific style, hip-hop dance studio. However, we'll preface this one with, you want to make sure that you are not niching too small, and make sure that you have enough search volume to justify this as well. Because, so for software development firm, that's national. For property management company, that can have a decent range compared to a dance studio where people are actually coming to the studio. So your location matters a lot here. And so you'll see that for a dance studio, if you want to target just hip-hop dance, then you kind of really want to be in a big city where that's a big thing. Then you could also niche by pricing model, and I'm just going to use one of these examples here. So property management company, traditional leases, they sacrifice on profit for security, meaning that the homeowner doesn't want to deal with short-term renters because they can sometimes do destruction of the property. There's liability there, and there's also a lot of communication and extra management involved. And so they instead will just do a traditional lease. They sacrifice some profit just for the safer way of doing things. So for that reason, most property management companies are doing their pricing based off of retainers. However, since you're targeting people who are interested in short-term leasing using Airbnb, these people are higher risk tolerance. They're prioritizing profit over security. For this reason, you can change your pricing model to a percent profit, more of a performance-based rather than a retainer. And this hits specifically on that psychological need. You know that one of the biggest needs they have is actually profit. They want to optimize that. So your pricing model backs that. So just a quick example of this: traditional lease for a 3-bed 1-bath would go for $2,000 a month. If you were to Airbnb, you might make $4,000 a month. The management company could take a percent profit of that, so like 40% profit of the above market rate. So 4,000 minus the 2,000 you would have got if you did a traditional lease leaves you with 2,000 times 4.4. Then you get $800 as that management company for managing that and getting that performance. If you make more, then you'll make more. If you make less, you'll make less. So there's more risk taking on this pricing model, but this is also good because you'll sell a lot more clients than doing retainer if you're doing Airbnb. And so you're differentiated from any sort of company that's doing Airbnb management that is still doing retainers. And you'll sell a lot more people because you're reducing risk as well for them. Technology and processing niching. Sometimes a business has some sort of tech that makes them unique, or their process for fulfilling is very unique or novel. Software development firm. So instead of providing a done-for-you agency service like most software development firms would do, you could opt to create a platform instead. And I mean, you're a software development firm, like you might as well put your money where your mouth is and make a platform, develop some software rather than doing an agency model. This can be more difficult, and of course you need cash flow, and it's always good to start with an agency model and then move into a platform. And then even with the platform, you still might have an option for done-for-you builds. So instead of an NFT development agency, you focus on creating a white label NFT exchange that allows businesses to quickly integrate, create, and test NFT architecture within their existing brand. This would prompt a change in pricing model as well, since NFTs usually use royalties, these NFT exchanges. So you could take a percent royalty. You could basically set up something that links to their website, copies over all their branding, allows them to build NFT architecture, and then gives them a marketplace and payment processing, and then you just take a royalty, kind of like a white label OpenSea, if you know of that company. So unique selling propositions, USP, it's good to know this 1 to 3 sentence phrase to sell yourself and show how you are different. So for a property management company, we'll get you at least 25% above market rent on your property over the next month, or you pay us nothing. So that's very powerful. I'd say this is the most powerful out of the next two because it's so clear and gives clear reasons why you would and why you wouldn't get paid. So you have to make 25% above market rent. So in that example of the 3-bedroom 1-bath, you would need $400 over the $2,000. So they would need to make you at least $2,400 that in the first month to even get paid. So that's a really strong statement, and you'll get a lot of sales through that because you're reducing risk and making a strong claim. Software development firm, these next two aren't as strong, by the way, but software development firm, get to market fast by using our white label NFT marketplace, DApp, the application, decentralized app, that generates feature-rich exchanges that are secure and regulation compliant. So what does this do? It doesn't make a strong claim. It's still unique, though, in its technology and it's what it's offering. But the wording is really good here. So get to market fast. This is something I found on one of the competitor websites, and it's important because that's exactly what people are trying to do. They're not necessarily trying to... These corporations don't want to jump fully into NFT tech. They want to build an NFT, or an MVP, I mean. They want to beta test this. And so get to market fast. They're trying to get something out there as soon as possible just to test the waters. It's great wording right there. White label NFT, it's showing them that they can brand it. So that's a feature of this that a lot of people care about. They don't want just janky thing that they attach to their brand. They care about the trust of their brand, and they care about the branding of their company a lot. A lot of these corporations focus a lot on branding. Decentralized application, that's just a word used in the space. Generates feature rich, so that's a need that I found. They cared about the feature. Exchanges that are secure and regulation compliant. All right, so those are two more things that they cared about, and that's also found in the reviews as well as competitor research. All right, so dance studio. This is probably the weakest, but go from beginner hip-hop dancer to intermediate in 90 days using our so-and-so program. So I didn't put that in there. But the thing is, and I found this through experience, is I've gone to some hip-hop dance classes, and they don't really build off of the last class, nor do they put you through any sort of programming. It's just like you show up, you learn like a choreography, you go home, you show up, you learn a choreography, you go home. And so it's hard to tell whether you're progressing or not. And for me, I'd rather have sort of like coaching from start to finish with like some sort of analysis, some sort of program to help me get to a certain stage of dancing. So taking into account sort of what they do with like CrossFit and gyms, they do programs. They lump things into like programs. So dance studios need to do that more. Service design. So this is just knowing what is involved in your service, having the bullet points of the key things. So for me, running Google Ads for clients, what's involved is strategy, the build, the maintenance, and the reporting. So those are like 4 different parts of my service that I offer. So Airbnb management, property marketing, rental payments, tenant communications, property maintenance. Pretty simple. So maintenance, they don't do it themselves, but they work with the contractors to do any sort of maintenance, do any sort of emergency calls. They have it handled. NFT development, smart NFT creation and hosting, visual exchange, page design and development, so they can actually use exchange, they can build their own exchange, one-click exchange design templates, in-app wallet system, Web2 brand integration. So basically that just copies over their branding into this white label exchange immediately, and people love one-click stuff. Hip-hop dance studio, in-person classes, private sessions, online video practices, progress reports, and dance events. So people still like the community aspect, so having members-only dance events would be really interesting. Progress reports, basically analysis of like videos that they take of you, talking about some of your weaknesses, what you should be working on, what practices you should be doing, online video practices, like, so integrating all that will differentiate that hip-hop dance studio. Then this, I have this offer development. So offer development is going to be writing the copy for the calls to actions. And so you want to come up with good calls to actions that hand off to your sales process. So the first one, Airbnb management. So the first call to action, you could do a rental analysis. This is very easy for people to step into because it doesn't involve them signing up for anything. All they do is give an email. So provide probable rents based on renter's property and address, as well as projects short-term rental income. So that's what this CTA does. It provides the rent data for that area, as well as projects what you might be able to make with a short-term rental income. And that's good because it gives them that differentiation and is slightly selling them right there. Get rates. So that's another thing. They want to get your rates. Provide company's pricing model. That's it. That's what you do for that. So knowing what happens after this call to action is important. Just jot this info down. Phrase it correctly as well. Just making sure that it's punchy and direct and concise. Rental analysis. Get rates. Call for questions. Some people don't like submitting forms and they just want to talk to someone in real time. Especially people who are investors in real estate. They're always on their phones, so they're call people. So additional info on management process and pricing. So they'll just ask any info that you don't already provide. And then I guess this would be an offer. It's not really a call to action though, so I shouldn't have this in here. 25% rental income. That's like your sales offer. NFT development. So the offers you would have here would be a free exchanges design and NFT mints. Free exchange design and NFT mints. So basically, if they sign up for an account, they get that free exchange design template with their brand automatically imported over, and then attached to their domain, they have this exchange now, and they also get some free amount of mints or something like that, so they can create their first form of an NFT project. And then that sales offer would be like 1.5% transaction fee or something like that. Everything's free to use up until you're selling, in which case you take a take from that. Hip Hop Dance Studio, you got the free intro class. This is pretty similar to what everybody does. Then maybe you have like a 3x starter class for a certain price. Then you have like a 3-month package, or you have like a 12-month membership. But you could just do like a program fee. So you go like a free intro class, and then you just do a program. So a beginner to intermediate program for like the 12-month membership, or however long that's going to take. 90 days actually, so 3 months. So that'd be the $495. And in that free intro class, what you're doing is you're also analyzing their dance styles. It's not just you're doing choreography. You're talking to them about what their goals are with dance, and you're talking to them about where they think they struggle with it. You are providing feedback, providing small practices right away, and then talking about the overview of what this program is going to be involved with. So you're also selling during this. You're selling that program. So copywriting, copywriting, Airbnb management. So we're going to copyright around the calls to action. So rental analysis. So what we want to say around the rental analysis copy or call to action is get a free rental analysis. See what your property could earn. So very simple, but you just want to make sure that it's to the point, telling you what's going to happen next. Get rates. So get our property management rates. Pretty simple. Call for questions. The copy for this could be either call for questions, or if you're expanding it, of course, call today for questions about our rental management services. So this seems trivial, but it's really not. You want to have this written out for all your calls to action. NFT development, free exchange, design, and NFT mint. For this call to action, we're going to frame it as create an account today to get a fully operational NFT exchange added to your company's website for free in a single click. Create an account today to get a fully operational NFT exchange added to your company's website for free in a single click. That's a very powerful statement. It tells you what to do, what will happen next, why you're doing it, and how easy it's going to be. So that's very good call to action. Hip Hop Dance Studio free intro class. Sign up now for a free 1-hour introductory class where we'll discuss several key mindsets, techniques, and practices to go from total beginner in hip hop dance to intermediate in less than 90 days. Once again, very clear about what they're doing, why they're doing it, what's going to happen after. And I've tested this on split tests for landing pages, having this like near a form, and it's increased conversion rates by about 100% just having this single sentence in there. For some of these, you might not have it. Like for a call, if you have a call button, you would just say call for questions on the button. But maybe further down the page, you have like a little banner section that says call today for questions about our rental management services with another call button right next to it. All right, so I believe this is the last slide, and we're going to be talking about sales funnel design. So for Airbnb management, real quick, for sales funnel design, this is just noting the pathing of the user from the marketing to the sales and how you're going to handle that user and that person. All right, so Airbnb management, we go, user searches on Google, they click the ad, they go to a landing page, they get the rental analysis, they request rates, or they call with questions. Then they sign up on the spot for an initial month trial, essentially. And since it's free, unless it's some sort of sign up, so you got to figure out too what that looks like. And then it moves it over to like an on-site visit for media collection. So the management company will go to that property, collect media, talk to the owner if they're there about what they're looking for, and then that's it. So just knowing that pass off is very important. NFT development. So user goes to the landing page, they get the free exchange with the NFT mint sales page, they email opt-in, they create an account login, then they integrate free white label exchange to their website, and then they develop NFTs. You could add also before develop NFTs, they copy over branding. Hip Hop Dance Studio, their process is going to be user landing on a landing page, free intro sales page, an email opt-in, scheduling a time, reminder emails on that time, check in to a front desk, they take the class, upsell to 3x beginner classes, upsell to 3-month package, upsell to 12-month package, downsell to individual purchases. So this could just be they take the class and then upsell to the program. So I kind of wrote that incorrectly. But so just knowing this pathing is important. I know some of this seems trivial and simple, but really have this written down. It's going to help your marketing a lot, and it's going to help you convey this process to a marketing agency or consultant that you're hiring. So in the next video, we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite, which is keyword research. So look out for that video to drop soon.